Tonya nata former president yahya jammeh ko kuma kon men fo kuma kon nen tonyati Gambia balfa warta bagen Gambia ni kuya warta bagen anya yahya la kuma kon lamoy ba biya lamani hakilo.
Why I'm giving you all the details that you need. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. My dear brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Baranga faila. Senegal man petroleum soto. Niya soto no atara France asinna meta. I told you this. Gas of for this is the largest gas deficit, one of the largest gas deficit in the world. Petrol, member Gambia, La Balcono, can be compared to Saudi Arabia or Venezuela. Dollar petroleum reserves. Okay? Amante fenko interfango la si fenketa. Yalo ikamol nena kapoko lady foreign oil companies na ye lansing soto fuka exploration ke okay keburin jawra la jamano iba foka bare imaji ala menke inata do sing imam futa fenko to fan imam futa fenko oil to iko is a dry well. It's not true. Okay? Dilo men katawolem, they know that Gambia has a lot of petrol. But the West is called UK and America. Iko ibe West Africa la petrol ibe wari saf la le follow. Ye Arabo la petrol exploit. Iko wati besi la Arabo niya long ibe wula ibe keleni la. Then they come to West Africa. Wala keda. What secret Fengwale keda between the Jawara and the British government with the Americans. Okay? So Kabir Intol Nata Fenke Namela Kwa Bantal Kaba Jawara. Jawara will appoint as Petroleum Fenko Commissioner. And one more ala Fenko for abandoning Walemba. No, I'm not abandoning something like Jawara is his uncle. Okay? So Yalom Kabintol Natan Temabul. If you want to work with us, you work with us. If you don't want, I'm going to kick you out or send you to jail. So Lunkiling Walter and Kaiko Franco B. Menketa, Walla papers be bodina. Gago Aleja Farming City, Honeybee, you want to continue with that with your uncle? Gago Olungala Afranketa. Wolungala Warta. Mwele aje tilikunta ba wolungo fana tilume kandiri. Yale kawaja ora be Fenko kaitol Natland office abe mugi nyaha be to heb jani wan he jamante dafa tangal kide. And Mambureja was there. Mambureja was there. So okay. Company do ya fenkele ika formula ko it's not economically viable ten so and then they wanted a license for 30 years. Can you understand? So petroleum is not a tree. You cannot fool me. Petroleum is not a tree. That will wait for 30 years, 35 years. So if it is not there, are you telling me you want the well to grow? Petroleum is not a tree, it's natural. So living it 35 years, I'm not going to accept that. You can go. We are going to we are going to do the exploration ourselves. Okay? So don't government, the World Bank can pay for this and that. The World Bank will not pay for this. So I like it. I tell you more the bole. Okay. Libya la masake yemen bondi. Aladdin fula. Walnata. Okay. We know some Canadians that we can bring to work with you. Okay? So oil exploration up to design of the well, can design everything. Okay? Intel Lengajo. About $4 million knowledge of this company. Exploration care. Walat na kabiri wakuma setaro na Gambian students ki Taiwan na petroleum studies, well management, engineering, pipeline, everything. Because we don't want foreign experts to control our oil. Walat na ngi train. Don't have attachment up to Ipinjana, Venezuela, Hugo Chavez le Bijeno. Don't have for Qatar, Doli train Kuwait. You remember GNPC? I trained them in preparation for when we start drilling. We will not need too many outsiders. Okay? So I know this. Kabiri we announced the discovery of oil in the Gambia. Ablawa da domadi anyabe malan. For akafanye, very soon Gambia will become like the Emirates. Akonye bara yalon ko nsa sunya nole. You know, ka paipo fenkenanje. Nga funtin di Senegal. Okay, he was saying like he was joking. Ngako any day, Ngako, how are you going to drill in our water in Delta alone? Okay? Ngako, I try, and then you know what I'm going to do. Ngako, I learn. Okay? So it has a Wilter campaign back at the Forbes magazine, Yemelonko. It's very expensive. Yeah, advertisement ke jela. Senegal is la block. Yun am nang blocks yu bari. Wow. They went to Forbes. Guy ñew ñu gis ne oil bi nekkul Senegal, Gambia la nekk. Am na ñu joxoon lancing sax. Americans, I think Kodako. So ñu gis ne fofu abul, so ñu ne dañoo négocier pour ñu drill lifin bi bu Gambia bi boole ko Senegal ma ne ko that is not going to happen. Ma ne ko if you want my petroleum you come to me, don't even talk to me about Senegal. Ma ne ko in fact this is the end of the discussion. You think we are stupid? So ngeen bay wala ñaan Ablaye Wade même fois il est vrai que munatna Senu Dabo bebe deri itol bele be deri ñu ko wala because it Abidjan. Because at that time, 2018, Usenda was in the government. Usenda was in the government. Basically, he was almost in charge because Adama Barrow was just a figurehead. Agafo sin Mfama. coalition be dabijele. They are not talking about it. So nying adi enjoy sila. Adi enjoy sila. And atol fana ni boy kujabi la fenko ala pleje mo be amoy. Boy kujabi la bantaba I go aita viral. Gambia no be ya lonko nying ne de cheri. Tuwawa ka po ha 5% go you think I'll take 5%? It's not going to happen. Studies ke for long every oil rig jail them ka esanso sang astagfirullah ka petroleum oil drill I knew the total cost ngalon okay bare so I was waiting for Pengwanying after 2016 then ngak mas what walat na go Gambia University and Gambia School of Bakela free education net because we have oil but ala men sa fe wala kata wala beti ada Gambia no opposition be yalonde itol be dabije be nyin koto wala na ibuka fo they will not say that okay kabirum adama bare NPP law you say ni dabo ñol tata Senegal Macky Sall they signed an agreement what was it it's for them to have that share of the oil so these people just few people are benefiting from the Gambian oil to the detriment of Gambians. Alinyanta nyimfango kela special bantaba. How? I know everything. I know. Kola mfango disano be ngajole. It's like bunga ala plano be until ngajole. Meant to touch well in the right moment because I don't want any of these companies. You now can for more than 5%. Ni mo ko 5% ka for you later. Okay? Bantala mo ya fanya. Kanya nita ta jin ala yo ila tulo be betala. Ani nyewol. Euro fana be kuntura. I knew this before we. Afanya. Kanya bare kwanya ite talo. Because time was it at Yobujam. Then what more they will more London. That was what they told me. Kanya bare kana kampai ite talo. Angko. Namu alaya sole ni manke modo la ken amanke fenke fan la hala ala ngori ngole lono soto fenke te indata fala fa mamse no para como fenke afonyame enjoy sila Senegalese moro yalon ne ko nyine be caring. They know that Senegal has no oil. Ibe dairy. And Usman Sonko fana kabiri abe siring abe dairy. You know? Okay. Yalo mam ser ko fenkeñol Usman Sonko ñol I sponsor it. So what is the meaning of that? Because kabiru makisala lonko ate tata mate o sotonola. Ako alafta penke kabiru preso lata kan. Ako alafta penke Usman Sonko ke candidate. Usman Sonko mansong adi Basiru Jomai fight. Munatna kabira sita hambi imanyu kuofo. Bere maja botana. Ni kwenye kuelbe funtila na abe membe nukuri abe funtila mba funtila ako wala be Gambia no fan kamfandi ay wala fonte ako nyani kuma sada ni ndoko fango nyilla ko kullo bebe wana and wala be Gambia no kamfandi ali nyanta kala platform oto ini boy fiabe ayade ali adi amu Gambia no be amoy coalition government yemenke. Yes. Any party member coalition auto. Momo da be coalition auto ida bi je ñen fenkot. Ñen dilot. Wala na Halifa Sallah ka fako ga the Gambia does need an army. I don't know. The Gambia doesn't need an army. Yeah, we will disband them and integrate them into civil society. Halifa Sallah for more job, but they're all original from Senegal. What do we expect? Hamad Banyu. But I quite tell. Ali Franco Ali lungo for what Ali lungo mutaji. Maybe I'll sake Friday fama. Yala Friday is my day. Ali Franco ke Friday. But Alba announced like Friday boy kuja bantaba. Albe kulole wanyar la melon ko. Albe fenna fala. Membe caring. Since 2018. Yes. Because maybe, no, but they cannot block you from, can they block you from having your bantaba? I don't think so. But as I announced, you announced that you are going to have a special bantaba. On a special topic. Ibajala ko Gambian and those in the diaspora, they will listen. And then cassette play, audio play. Gambian obey. And this audio fananya tatala viral. Aladun the forum better. May the Almighty Allah guard you, protect you, guide you, and shower His infinite blessings, infinite bounties, and infinite mercies upon you and your entire families. May the Almighty Allah grant you perfect health, perfect peace, perfect prosperity, and perfect happiness throughout your lives in this world, and grant us all Jannatul Firdaus in the hereafter. Allahumma amin ya rabbil alamin. Bafala assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Yalan ko bi mume suto mume mansino. Wani Sangamari coming for Sangamar. How many years you advertise la moment solar 20 years? Okay? So I'm told in Senegal time, I've been told inside Gambian territorial waters. They cannot claim that. So no matter whatever fault you make, you cannot lose your petrol. It's not possible. It's not possible. How can you lose your petroleum in your own country because there was a breach in the contract? No way. No. Atake no, amanke no, it's not possible. Yes. You cannot lose a country. You lose your oil because the government messed up. No, you cannot do that. They cannot do that. I dealt with petroleum lawyers. What can they confund it? It's not possible. Bankola Fango, you lose it to another country or to a foreign company. No way. It has never happened in the history of the world. Yeah. Do you know how many times we went to court because of this oil? The Canadian lawyer told that we cannot win. You come and I guide you. Mamura is my witness. Go. 3 times he went to Sambala court, international. Malong for Fenkonying, I forgot the name of the company. Wale nata GPMB sang. So-called privatization. Coming for the most profitable companies, African force privatized. We Africans being stupid. We just went into globalization and privatization. And even Nigeria had one of the best airlines in Africa. Nigeria Airways was a household name in Africa. Nigeria's fishing shipping, cargo vessels, Jamale Soto, even Ghana, another private, privatized. To better because they know that it's lucrative business. If you have a cargo vessel, you will always have money. Inata is very privatized. The company is called Alimenta. Well, GPMB song. And the only payment that we saw was $400,000. 400,000. So the rest of the payment, digimal. We could have taken Jaura to court for that. But what did we do? We seized the GPMB. Now let them go and deal with Jaura who sold it to them. They can't all threaten, no, they will, the Europeans will back them, Altasi. You are talking about law. I know the law. Even the late farmer Jata, we cannot win this law because that is what the law said, international law said, we cannot win this case. I tell Samba Court. Yes. So I made it very clear. Let them tell them that after losing the court, they will lose the case, and now we will take them to court. And there was another American that was helping us. But Atafangwa is an international lawyer. For us to win this case, it's not possible because, the case is in Europe. I think it was in Geneva. World Bank, no, you have to give it back to these people, otherwise we cannot win the case. I told them to go to hell. I sent soldiers to take over the place. But Gambia, no. My brother is very sad. It's very sad. Antoine Gay. I think it was Antoine Gay. And that was another case. Gambia no not allow I escape. Iborta. Gani si body. We have already taken over, so that's not a. And you send soldiers to invade the place. Even that is another case. I don't think you know whom you're dealing with. Alain told Marco na evidence jama soto. They took one of they told me that was one of the best law firms, one of the best law firms in Europe. Lalif and Lalif. I will never forget that name. Go yo abekoilan. So the lawyer, I think the Canadian lawyer, the Canadian lawyers, I'm like, boka evidence there from each sitting keta twice iko nga adjourn. Okay, no, you cannot adjourn it. No, you cannot force it because they took you to court. You didn't take them to court. I told them, but then at the end of the day, they will pay us the cost of coming every time. So the lawyer, okay, definitely, there is nothing we can do about it because they took you to court. So I insisted that no, it's not fair. They took us to court and then keep adjourning, and we have to go there. It's not going to happen. So the Canadian law said, go and tell the court that we are an African country. And we cannot have the luxury of going to Geneva all the time. Okay? They either continue the court or we will also take them to court. But we want them to finish the court. They are proceeding because they're going to lose the case. And then now we will take them to court. Kabirin nata evidence do bondi nang wrong. Iko ya adjourn indefinitely. It's not going to happen because then it will be at cost to us. We have to retain the lawyer, the retainer. It's cost to us. The lawyer kwenye ande yunenga kwenye where did you study law? Which university? The University High School of the Gambia. I didn't study law. Well, what we did was a short course. About what? 2 months. But that was in the Gambia depot. But then at that time, thank you. Malam if you will remember 81 coup. There was a prosecutor called J.K. Dako. He was known in the Gambia. Now I'm more prosecute. Prayer would be difficult. Iko kabirin penke Rawlings, yeah, accused. I think I first pengo coup plot will not have failed. Yeah, muta. So penke J.K. Dako will I prosecute and some others. So I think Frankenying, yeah, convicted and they sentenced him to death. Jerry Rawlings. So Kabir ya Samba Fengoto, Presinoto, death row. The soldiers started because he was in the I think in the military prison. So soldiers make a guard. He can suffer all over. If you kill this man, we will burn you alive. So when I can, the soldiers, yeah, prison that they, Jerry Rollins body, I could attack. But jeke dako, ala sole, akanata adunta, another about adunta togola, then another funtina Gambia. Allah Akbar. So nyiko jeke dako fan kabira abentol tala class. Apanya you be a very good lawyer. Ngago law is common sense. I don't need to go to university. Malo adolonde barelwa. They know me. Fafa banyo be intelone. Iko nintenga law study no. Itola to fa mota moila. So muneta natake nyini alonko ite fenko ite case win no. And then we were even bringing more evidence against them, money laundering, based on